Hello all, welcome to vStudent blog. This is a brand new VMware vSphere 8 process to install ESXi and vCenter. It will be a single video for both. So in my previous video I have given some introduction about vSphere 8 and what's all new in vSphere 8. So this video we'll be looking at installation of ESXi and vCenter. So vSphere vSphere 8 provides various options for installation and setup. To ensure successful vSphere deployment, we should understand the installation and setup options, that the sequence of tasks, in general what should be first, what should be second. That's how so whenever if you are upgrading in vCenter from 7.7.0 or 6.5 to 7 or 8, generally first we need to upgrade vCenter, then we need to upgrade ESXi boxes. That's how it goes. So in this video, first of all we will install ESXi server, then on that we'll create a VM like a VCSA, vCenter VCSA, and we'll show that. So pretty simple. So like as I said, these are the two core components of vSphere. One is ESXi and one is vCenter server. ESXi is the virtual platform on which we create and run virtual machines and virtual appliance. So vCenter server is a service that acts as a central administrator for ESXi hosts connected in a network. So vCenter lets you pool and manage the resource of multi-hosts. We can deploy the vCenter appliance, a pre-configured virtual machine optimized for running vCenter server and vCenter server components. So we can deploy the vCenter server on ESXi hosts or an vCenter server instances. So in olden days, like we used to have a Windows based vCenter. At that time we used to install it on physical boxes too, like initial days we used to do that, but now it's completely only one version available, that is virtual appliance. So talking about the requirements, we need a domain controller. So in our lab, this session we'll be using a 2012 domain controller Windows box, and server name is vsbdc01 and domain is vsb.com. So and before we start installation of ESXi and vCenter, we'll be creating a host records in DNS, one for ESXi box, that is ESXi01.vsb.com, and one for vCenter vc01.vsb.com. So vsb.com is the domain. So this is called fully qualified domain, and we have already reserved IPs. So and we need to download the ISOs of vSphere 8 from VMware site, which I already done it. So we'll quickly just start the installation. So if you want to try trial version, it will be available for 60 days. You can register with your mail ID and you can download from VMware site. So options to install ESXi, you have multiple methods. One is the interactive ESXi installation, like if we have few servers less than 5 or 6 or 10, you can use manual installation, you mount a ISO and install the ESXi box. If you have multiple ESXi boxes in your data center, you can install the ESXi using scripts, like unattended scripts. Using the unattended you can do that. So like if it is a it will be if it is a ESXi scripted ESXi installation, it will be quick. We can deploy quickly using the scripted uninstalled unattended installations or upgrades also. So scripted installations or upgrades provide an efficient way to deploy multiple hosts installation or upgrade script contains the installation settings for ESXi, which we can apply the script to all ESXi hosts that we want the similar configuration. So for scripted installations or upgrades, we must use the supported commands to create a script. So just keep in mind, so you can edit the script to change settings that are unique for each host. So upgrading installation or upgrade using scripts can be done from different locations like FTP server, HTTP or HTTPS server, NFS server, USB flash drive, or even CD-ROM drive. So the third one is auto deploy, vSphere auto deploy. So like vSphere 5.x and later provide several ways to install ESXi and vSphere auto deploy. So vSphere auto deploy can provision hundreds of physical boxes with the ESXi software. You can specify the image to deploy the host to provision with the image. Optionally, you can specify host profiles to apply the host, a vCenter server location like a data center, folder, or cluster, and script bundle for each host. So these are the methods we follow. So we can follow, and if you want to see if I get a multiple request from our friends, then obviously I will show scripted installation as well as auto deployment. So for this lab we will just do normal like interactive method. So let's do the lab. So already downloaded the ESXi, so we'll be deploying on workstation. So we don't have a physical server, so we will be using a workstation. Already have a domain controller which is already set up and set ready to use. We have reserved IPs, everything is in place. So let's do it now. So let me bring my workstation. I know so here workstation, like if we go here, I'm using 15.5. we need to select the VMware ESXi and 6.x is okay. Next, so we can give some name. Give me a sec. Okay, so I just select the path and I will give around 100 GB as disk size, because we need to build like a vCenter on that. So maybe you can do 200 GB, and I will select a single disk. So here everything is fine till now. So we need to select the memory as well as CPU also. So memory I will set it almost 32 GB, because it will be a and 4 CPU. Maybe we can make it yep, we'll go for 8 CPU. Okay, and make sure that you have enabled like virtualization engine, virtual Intel VX or AMD, it's enabled. So network I will make it bridge, and next is drive. Let me mount the ISO. So already download the ISO, so I will just configure it and close it, finish. So now it's ready. So let's power it on. I will make it full screen. So now it's loading. So maybe we can pass it for till once we get like some settings to configure. After that we'll pass that, and once it is done we'll get back. So for now it's loading the installer files, so we'll wait for a few minutes. So there is nothing difference between installation process is same as vSphere 6.5, 7.x and even 8, but a couple of features very much added in vSphere 8, which I was discussed in my previous video. So just we'll wait for some more time. Before that, so this is my domain controller, which will see our IPs and all. So for my vCenter I have reserved 86.6 and for ESXi 86.7. So now we will use this 86.7. So it's ESXi 01. I just want to make sure I don't do any mistakes. So you can see here it's ESXi 8.0.0 and the build version is 20513097. So if it is something physical box with tons of memory and CPU, so you may think that the installation process or reboot process will be super fast, but it won't do happen in production like that. So the like the boot process or installation process will be damn slow because it has to load couple of configurations and modules, all stuff. So it will take more time than in our lab. So don't expect super fast in production. So compared, our lab is small, so nothing more configuration part will be there, not there. So if it is a physical box, what happens is it will load the BIOS, it will load the firmware, drivers, everything. Booting itself will take more time. So we'll wait for some more time. Okay, so you can see the welcome screen here, and it will ask for compatibility guidelines. It is asking to check that. If you are okay with that, just press continue. Then you need to accept the license. So you need to press F11 for this one. I just pressed F11 on my keyboard. Now it is scanning for all available devices. So you can see here we have added 200 GB of disk when we create the VM, so that we are able to see. Press enter to continue. So if you want to see more details, you can press F1. So if you press F1, it will give some more details. It doesn't require, but still, if it is in production, you want to see what is the LUN details, everything you can see here. If you are able to see like full disk name, model, interface, LUN ID, target ID, capacity, path, and all these SSD. It's SSD, so that is the reason it's saying SSD. So these details, when you are doing it in production, you need them. Something, if you select while upgrading, if you select a wrong LUN, then data will be lost. So I'm going to press enter. So we need to select the default keyboard, that is US default. Then you need to give the password. Make sure to remember this. So using scripting, like if you have like you have scripts, it will be very easy. No need to do anything. Just simply run the script and sit and just relax, have some coffee. So now I'm going to install F11 to install. If you want to go to back screen, you can press F9, or you want to cancel the installation, press escape. So we don't want to do all, simply press F11 to proceed. And now installation started. It will take a little bit more time, so we'll pause the video and I will come back when it is completed. Okay, so installation is almost done. So we need to reboot the server. Just press enter to reboot it. So So reboot is in progress now. So it's starting booted now. So in my previous videos also, like I told, like it will be an interview question also. So you have upgraded an ESXi box from, for example, 6.5 to 7 or 6.7 to 7, and post upgrade you are seeing some issue. So you need to roll back to previous version. What is that you will do? So one method is like install, like using the ISO, you need to reformat and do all stuff. So if you say that, then that is wrong. So the option is like when the server boots up, you will get options like shift O or shift R. So you need to press shift R to go to the boot bank. When you press shift R, so it will take you to the boot bank, and you'll be able to see the previous version image over there. So you can select that, and you can select and click press enter. It will restart with the old one, and it will be recovering from the previous it will be recovered from the previous version. So couple of times when you go for interview, they will ask this question, and even if you are working in production, when you need to restore it from boot bank, you need to follow this process. So if you want to check that option, I just was about to tell about that, but the screen went to next one. So in the when you check the video, you just make it pass and you can see it there. There are a couple options available there. So this is just for knowledge sharing, and like this is only vCenter and ESXi installation. If you guys want me to make a video of complete fast track end-to-end installation, like ESXi installation, vCenter, then creating clusters, adding ESXi box to vCenter, then creating HA, DRS, like adding like vMotion, creating vMotions, and creating virtual machines, templates, everything end to end, including DV switch, everything in single video, fast track. So I'm just offering a voting, like if this video get more likes, then based on that I'm going to do that video. Okay, so our ESXi box is up now, and you are able to see it took DHCP IP 86.157. To log into this, you need to press F2, and you need to put the password which you used while installation. Okay, so you'll be able to see like menu. You can see that configure password. If you want to reset the password, you can do it here. Configure network management. You need to go here, select the network adapters. We selected only one for now. So VLAN option, IPv4. If you click this, it's set to dynamic. We'll change it to static now, and in our we have already assigned a DHCP 86 static IP 86.7, so we'll go for it. So 86.7 is IP, and gateway is 86.1, correct. So IPv6, generally we don't use IPv6. You can disable it if it is enabled. So for that, if you disable it, it requires a reboot. And DNS, like we use static DNS, that is primary DNS is 86.5, that is our domain controller. Alternate is not required, and hostname is ESXi 01 dot bsd.com. that is a fully qualified domain name. We'll check one more time. So it's bsd.com, yeah, is ESXi01. So before like adding this IP, you need to make sure DNS is added there, the host name is added there, or else it won't ping with the host name. So custom DNS, just give the DNS name vsd.com and press enter. It is done. Press escape to come out of the screen, and it will ask you want to save the changes. Press yes, then it will save the settings. Once it is done, we can restart. No need to restart, you just press escape, and now you can see the new ESXi host name and IP address. So we'll go to our Active Directory server, and from there we'll try to ping it. So it's ESXi01. So we are able to ping. That means we have the communication from our like it's communicating to our network. It's a good sign. So next is like installing vCenter. So I already mounted the vCenter here. If you see here, you will be able to see the vCenter server ISO mounted here. We need to go to VCSA. CLA is command base, and UI is user interface. We need to go here, and 32-bit, and you need to run the installer here. So previously used to have Windows based, and we used to have external PSC, which is deprecated now. So here we have like 4 options. You are able to see like install, upgrade, migrate, restore. So looking at the name itself, you are able to know what. So I don't believe I need to explain them. So this is the fresh installation, so obviously I will go for install, and you can see here external platform service controller deployment has been deprecated. If you want to learn more, you just click on that, or else we can proceed with the next step. Accept the license, that is always there. So we need to give the ESXi or vCenter where you want to deploy. Okay, so you may deploy a vCenter and another vCenter, so that is the reason it was mentioned. We need to give the FQDN of that. So ESXi01.vsd.com, and like username is root, password you need to put the password. Click next. So it will show the certificate warning, you need to accept it. Then so you can use the host name of the ESXi box or even IP. Sometimes it will give error. In that case we'll select the we'll give the IP and we'll proceed. So both are same. So we need to give the vCenter name. So let's check our host name. VC01 is the name. Okay, so vc01.vsd.com, and you need to give a password. Make sure to remember this. Okay, so here size of the vCenter based on the environment, like if it is tiny, small, medium, large, extra large, based on your environment you need to select that. So ours is obviously it's a lab, so I will go for tiny, which requires 2 CPU and 14 GB, but we have given I will be giving more, so we are good with this. So if required we can add later. So we are good here, so click next. So here it says type is VFS 6, capacity this much, provision this much. So here enable thin disk mode. Okay, so when you enable this the disk mode will be in thin, so it means like how much space you use that will be consumed, and remaining all it will be isn't like it can be used by other VMs. So if it is production, don't select this. If it is not production, then you need to select and proceed. If you have a vSAN cluster, then you can select this one, but we don't have it, so just proceed. So you need to select the network, IP version, static or DHCP, but for vCenter we need to use only static IP. So FQDN you have to give for the particular vCenter, that's ec01.vsd.com. Let me check one more time. I don't want to make any mistakes when I do it. So it's vc01.vsb, okay, vsb.com. maybe I've given wrong before also, vsb.com. IP address is 192.168.86.6, 192.168.86.6, and subnet is 255.255.255.0, that is /24. Gateway is 86.1. DNS is 192.168.86.5, and remaining all okay to leave. So HTTP and HTTPS. So this is the settings overview, like what all we have done. So VM name, it's we need to go back because we have given VSD. Okay, so now we are good. Finish. If you do something wrong, then obviously it will fail. Yeah, it looks fine. Let's see how it goes. So I will just, so it will take more time, so I will just pause this video, and when it is we will have two stages. One stage is complete, I will resume the video, explain, and then for stage 2 will pause again. So I'm just pausing the video for now. So deployment is still in progress, but if you want to see the exactly what's going on, you need to connect to your ESXi box using the browser. When you connect here, you'll be able to see currently it is saying license is evolution mode. So you can see the difference, when you log into ESXi 7, the console is completely different, and in 8 you see the difference. Like it's very much the look is very nice. You can see here everything is pretty visible, and the look is completely changed. You can see here the performance and all, and even you can see like monitoring everything from here. So like everything got changed, and the number of PMs running, you can go here. So these are all same, but appearance is completely changed. So hardware version, so VMs you can see here. So our VC01, its deployment is still in progress. So So we'll wait, still it's in progress, so obviously we need to wait for some more time. So here you can see that import a VApp, like it is on 24%. So we are half the way, so we need to wait for some more time. So yeah, just pause the video for now. So deployment of vCenter completed. So second stage, uh, so if you click continue, it will go for second stage. So this is setup wizard to install vCenter in, like, is a stage 2. First stage is to deploy the VM. So now it is configuring. So SSH we can enable, just enable synchronize with ESXi host. So this is very important. So this is a SSO password which is different from appliance root password, so make sure to remember this. Okay, so this one is to join the existing SSO domain. So this is a fresh installation, so we are creating a new domain. So whenever you log in to an vCenter first time, you need to use administrator @ vSphere.local, and you need to use this password. So what's wrong? Okay, I need to give vSphere.local here. So you need to use administrator @ vSphere.local whenever you log into vCenter first time, or sometimes you need to troubleshoot at the time you need to use this to log in. So now we have next, click on next. So we can ignore this and click next. You can just go through the settings which you have provided, subnet, everything looks fine, DNS, okay, finish. So once you click, you cannot stop it, click OK and just wait and see. So installation is completed now. You can see here installation successfully completed. So to access the vCenter, we need to click on this URL. So VC01 using port 443. So when you select the browser, default browser, it will always open with that only. So as I said, we need to use the administrator vSphere.local. For the first time. So when you configure Active Directory, then you can use the Active Directory users to log into the vCenter, so which I've already shown in my previous video. So as I said, if this video get more likes, I will take it as voting for the, as I said, one video for complete VMware vSphere setup, including everything, so most of the things. So yeah, this is VMware vSphere 8.0 20920323 build number. So you can see here. So if you want to create a cluster, you can go to you can create a new data center, and then you need to give some data center name like DC1. Then in that we'll be creating a cluster. We can directly add the host here, but we will be creating a cluster to enable like TRSHA all. So we'll give cluster name, so NC1. So when you add more ESXi boxes, then we can enable DRS and HA. So click next. Pretty simple. So when you enable all, you will be able to see DRS HA enabled. So click finish. So cluster is created, and you can add the host to it. So you can add multiple hosts at a time. So our ESXi is ESXi01.vsb.com. root and the password. If you go to monitoring and task, you will be able to see what's happening there. Now it is added, and we are able to see our VM for vCenter. So this is the new VMware vCenter 8.0, and this is a console which looks like. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe my channel, like my videos. As I said, if this video get more likes, then I'm going to do a fast track end-to-end VMware vSphere deployment, deploying all components in that. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.